You are now in first place. Well, actually, been in first place, and you've kind of taken the reins over from Coach Sneakloth and just ran with it. You really seems like you haven't done much different from him.
Well, and to be honest, he probably gets an assist for a lot of this. The framework for which the guys compete, how much they care, the pride they have in wearing the sweater. It's easy to see as a coach. I think the fan base appreciates it. It's a 5-0 game, penalty kills at the end. They're still blocking shots for the guy in the net. It's pretty cool to see. So he deserves an assist there. And I'm just kind of picking up where he left off.
You went 3 for 4 the game against Calgary on the power play, and then an 0 for 14 slump. But gosh, you went 100% tonight and 3 for 3. How is it? How frustrating is it to go through a slump like that, but then go through something like tonight?
Yeah, I think everybody that's on the power play has a track record, and I think you're going to go through lulls, and at times I think it's my job and the staff's job is not to overreact. Maybe the Avalanche helped us by taking a Sean and Gustian, shake up the lines and the chemistry fixed. But no, they're a big part of it too. It's just a matter of time. When guys have a track record of success, and again, they care about each other. It's good to see it do at home ice. We needed to separate from some teams where we've been playing 1-goal games for long periods of time. So to separate from them, power play was key in that, and obviously the penalty kill holding them at bay. And
it was a bit of a chippy game towards the later half of the game. And how do you control that type of play?
You can't really control it. I want the game played with emotion. When you start to pull away from a team, there's always going to be pushback, especially in these back-to-back situations. Sometimes I've been on the other side where you kind of want to leave a mark going on the next day. But we're all about team. There was nobody in a pile by themselves, sticking up for each other. Really, really a team toughness, team effort. And when it gets chippy like that, it's the strength of the group. And I was happy to see nobody in any pile by themselves.
And like you just mentioned, Janelle Gustian and Jack Sean, how big of an impact have they had on the team so far this year?
Oh, huge. I mean, that's why they're there. They've earned that recall. It's always difficult in this league. You lose your best players. That's part of what this league is. So when you get hot, your best guys go on. It's unique to any other pro sports league, but you get to see guys step up. Riley Connors gets in the lineup, has a goal in the fight. Jalika takes on a little bit more. Taylor McCarr took on a little more, scoring his first goal, penalty killing more. Sean Barnes gets to run the top power play, and it goes 3 for 3. So that's what it's about. It's about creating opportunities for guys, keeping them ready so when those opportunities come, they perform like they do.
And then Riley Connors, like you just mentioned, had his first AHL career goal and the fight. How proud are you you're obviously trying to control your emotion on the bench and things like that, but how proud does that make you to see him convert something like that?
Oh, he works so hard, and I think, not only my pride, but, they give him the hat tonight because everybody sees how he works. So I think he kind of embodies tonight what we're about, kind of sticking together, scores a greasy goal around the net, something we've kind of been preaching. So it's always good to get contributions from a lot of different places, and happy when guys get rewarded for their hard work.
And then you've got Rockford tomorrow, and it's probably going to be a little bit more of a chippy game. I can only imagine players like Aiden Thompson are going to probably be throwing the knuckles a little bit. How are you going to approach tomorrow?
It's a 6-period game when you play these back-to-backs, so I thought we handled things appropriately with the right amount of emotion. Didn't let them get back in the hockey game. There's going to be teams that try and play physical. We're preparing for the playoffs. That's our mindset, is we prepare for how we're going to win in April and beyond. So teams are going to play physical. We have to adapt to that, and then that's part of it. So I thought, again, we handled our business very well tonight, and expect another 60 hard minutes out of our group tomorrow.
And Posh has been a key to your guys' hot run at the beginning of the season with Minor up and backing up on Wedgwood. What are you thinking about Posh's play?
Posh has been outstanding. He's come in. I think it's difficult for a rookie sometimes to adjust. I think he's gotten better with every game. He's starting to see more confidence. Sometimes it takes a little bit of success to prove to yourself that you can play here, and then you kind of expand your game. And that's not exclusive to Posh. Kyle Kaiser comes in and has a great game tonight, and I just think the way we play as a team, again, defending together, it's conducive to successful goaltending and obviously successful hockey.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a rough start in Ontario, but my gosh, it was a night and day difference between the Kyle Kaiser we saw tonight to Sunday. So was there any adjustments that he made?
No, I think it's similar to the power play, where you try not to overreact to small sample sizes. Players are going to have games where maybe they don't have their best stuff, but there's a belief from our staff that he could get it done, and he's going to go out there, and he responded appropriately. He made the saves when we needed him to, and he's here for a reason, to contribute when he's in the net. So we knew he'd bounce back, and the guys rallied around him, and we were happy for him.
That's all I got.
What was the conversation like after the Ontario game to have 2 shutouts following it? It does seem like whatever it was very effective with your group.
Yeah, we don't honestly do a lot of talking about defending. It's just something they care about. There's a lot of pride in the group in defending. I think they realize that when the games are the most important at the end of the year, you have to defend to win. So it's good to have those habits right now. The only discussion points there is to learn. We're relatively young in the season as a group. Obviously, they've been together a little bit, but we're hoping to learn as we go along. So that first shift where we gave up the tying goal in Ontario, the first shift the next night in 1-goal lead was important. Tonight we were trying to separate a little bit where we've kept it to 1-goal games. So we're trying to evolve and learn and pick up some things along the way.
And it seems like the effort of a fully bought-in group. Can you peel back the curtain a little bit on what it's been like for you building a program that your players can buy into?
Well, and the players get the credit. Coaches are only as good as what the players put on the ice. So, again, they're bought into each other, and I think that's more important than anything. It doesn't really matter what systems I roll out there or anything like that, but the cohesiveness, the willing to do it for the guy next to you, I think that's what's showing up night to night, and that's when you get good results and things I'm most proud of right now.
Rockford had a 9th-ranked PK going into tonight. So what is the biggest difference then you're seeing on the power play that made it so dangerous?
Yeah, I think we were more direct. I thought we shot pucks. We took advantage of maybe mistakes from them, and we executed. So there's a lot of things that go into it. It doesn't just happen. These guys have been working at it. They know that they hadn't scored in a while, that they hadn't been effective, and I think, again, that there's a lot of pride in what we're putting out there. So the work went in, the results came. And the great part about it is nobody cares. So tomorrow it starts fresh. And we got to do it again. And I think our team's going to be up to that task.
Last time I talked to you, you said that Ivan was going to get rewarded for his efforts soon enough. What have you thought of his play lately, going back to that California road trip through now?
Yeah, I mean, in his line as a whole, that Poland, Bradley, Ivan line, I trust them more than anybody. They're usually in the right spot. They're competing at a high level. Ivan's done a really good job in the face-off circle, being reliable, and he just continues to grow. He's one of our hardest workers on and off the ice, and he wants to be good. And that, as a coach, it's easy when players want to be great. So he's working through it, and he's going to get rewarded more offensively. But I thought some of the selflessness in the passes tonight were good to see, and I'm happy for him, again, to get rewarded personally.
You talked about Riley Connors a little bit already, but what do you think brought him some success tonight to be able to get that first goal?
I think his identity. He knows who he is. I don't have to worry about, molding his game. He knows what he is. He's a hard worker. He's a north-south guy. He gets to the net. He does things that obviously get under the other team's skin by how hard he plays. So it was a very effective game from him. I wish he hadn't fought because there was more ice time for him out there, but that's part of the game. And, he did everything he could to be a part of things going forward.
When that intensity boils over like that, what do you make of it as a coach?
Embrace it. Those are fun games to be a part of. If you kind of shy away from it, it can leak into your game and you start making decisions that maybe you normally wouldn't. So lean into it a little bit. Let the emotions take over sometimes. You know where the line is. We don't want to let them back in the hockey game, but it's a fun building. Those sometimes are fun games to play in. And again, I thought our guys handled it in a mature, appropriate manner.